Hello there, I'm Gary, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to be building the 1/144th scale kit of Concorde from Airfix. Now if you're thinking about buying one of these and just want to know what's in the box, there's a companion video that does precisely that and shows you what other competition there is. And of course we will also very soon be having the combo video of today's content, the box opening, but with bonus historical material telling you the story of the Concorde. Now if you enjoyed this video, then please do remember to subscribe to the channel. You do that by clicking on that small logo down there in the bottom right corner. It doesn't cost you anything, it helps this channel enormously. If you'd like to support future productions, you can do that through Patreon, or you can do that through Buy Me a Coffee. Links to both of these are in the information box below. There's also a link to the Airfix online store. If you go through there and buy anything at all, this Concorde or any other product, then Airfix, at no extra cost to you, make a donation to this channel. Of course, if you're an Airfix Club member, you'll still get your 10% online discount as well. Enough of all of that, let's get on with looking at how to build the Concorde in 1/144th scale from Airfix. So the first thing I need to do is to put these windows in on either side of the cockpit. I'm using a PVA glue for this because it won't craze clear plastic like regular polystyrene cement can do sometimes. I placed the windows using some blue tack on a cocktail stick. I think it just makes it easier to position. Once those are in, I can put the two halves of the fuselage together. There are no transparencies for the passenger windows as they're so small. Where the locator pins are, I've used dabs of regular polystyrene cement and I'm taping the fuselage together to get the best fit I can. Then I'll run ultra thin cement along all the joints to make them permanent. When it's dry, I'll go along the seam with a sanding stick to see where the misalignments are, see if they're within sanding range or whether I need to use filler anywhere. Given the age of the moulds, the fuselage is really not too bad a fit. I'm onto the wings already, and most of the wing comes in one piece with an insert for the inner lower part where the wing's at the thickest. The fit of this is pretty ropey, to be honest. To fit the wings to the fuselage, there's this little bit at the very front of the wing root that needs to be aligned. Some careful sanding will do the job. When that's done, the wing can go onto the fuselage, and after a little bit of pushing and shoving, it fits really quite well on the top. Pity the same can't be said for the underneath, but then I guess most people never bother to look on the bottom of the model. Some filler will sort all that out. I'll let everything set and add other bits of filler as needed. Next are the cabin doors. These are a really appalling fit. I think that on the kit on the Airfix website, they've filled these doors over completely and relied on the decals to say where the door is. They really should not have bothered with these. Then the windshield can go on. Now I've done some masking already. I've used some white plastic tape and some yellow paper tape to do the masks. All you need is a very sharp pointed craft knife or scalpel blade. Onto the engine pods, and there are these intake ramps and splitters to go in. You can paint the end of this tunnel bit black if you like, as there are no engine discs here. Then the engine pods can go on underneath each wing. Next I'm fitting the undercarriage doors at the nose. These actually are closed whether the undercarriage is up or down, so again seem a bit superfluous. I guess it keeps up the parts count. Then back to the engines, and each side has these two exhaust nozzles to fit on, and on top of these go these clamshells. Then all over a coat of white paint and the decals can go on. These are very simple and very few. The only difficult ones on the tail. Make sure to use some decal setting solution like Decal Fix or Microset to get them to follow the actuator fairings on the fin. Onto the undercarriage, and all the wheels have significant mould lines that need to be sanded off. Just the 8 main wheels and 2 nose wheels. Then I'll paint the tyres in a rubber black. The hubs are painted aluminium. When they're all dry, on each main leg there's a wheel with a hub that goes through a hole in this bogie and then into its opposite wheel. Do this 3 more times on the main legs and once for the nose wheel. The nose gear leg fits neatly into the hole at the back of the bay and onto the roof of the wheel well. The main gear leg sits into 2 holes next to the engine. Then there's an actuator arm that acts as a brace that fits just under halfway up the leg. And right at the back under the tail is the over-rotation bumper wheel. This protected the tail if the pilot pulled back too far on takeoff or landing. There's also a tiny little pair of doors. Speaking of doors, on the main gear there is a door that sits on the outside of the main leg like so. There are also 2 other main doors that again are closed whether the gear's up or down. There are 2 tiny doors for the main nose gear, 1 on each side. Then peel off the paint masks on the windshield and our Concorde is done. With a little bit of work this looks okay, and if you spend a lot of time on it, it will look pretty good. It is a kit very much of its age with fit and finish problems and the usual flash of old age moulds, but it's such a beautiful plane it's hard not to like the kit. It's a great place for a new modeller to start and a great thing for you to practice your gap filling skills if you're a bit more experienced. However, when 20% of the pieces are completely superfluous, you do wonder at the price point. It's relatively an awful lot of money for really not very much plastic. There it is then, the Concorde in 1/144th scale from Airfix. If you enjoy any of these, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. It's free. All you have to do is click on that small logo down there in the bottom right corner. In any case, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.